Oh, too much noise in the city. I think I'll just stay indoors. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I thought that to end my Tunisia series, I'm going to do a little bit of a different vlog. And I'm going to give you my 5 top tips for traveling in Tunisia. But before I get stuck into my top 5 tips, I just want to show you some of the stuff I just bought at the supermarket. And I've also got the receipts here so you can see how much it cost. So to take back to England, this is not for consumption now, is some of the chamia, is I think the local word for it here. It's essentially a halva, as you can see. This particular one is a fruit and nut one, and then there's the almonds. And of course I bought a bottle of water just to stay hydrated. But there's the breakdown from the supermarket. You can see the chamia actually have different prices. So the fruit and nut one is more expensive. I mentioned in a previous vlog the exchange rate is about 3.5 or between sort of 3.5 and 4. I think at the hotel I'm staying they're offering 3.8. So 1 British pound will give you 3.8 Tunisian dinars. So absolutely still a bargain. And I guess the other reason that I've bought these items is that you cannot take Tunisian dinars outside of a country. So you have to somehow just, I guess, get rid of it before you leave. Either buy things in advance, buy some more souvenirs or things at the supermarket, or I suppose just buy a coffee at the airport. This is the other thing that I'll do with the remainder, or just exchange it back. And then the other thing that I just bought at the supermarket was this English pie, a meat pie, and it cost 2.5. So don't get confused by the zeros like I still do. So if it says 2,500, it essentially means 2.5 dinar. And then they add, and this is important to note, they add an administration charge of 0.1 dinar as well for the transaction. And they've done the same here for the 2 halvas or 2 chamias and the water. Do take that into account when you travel to Tunisia, or don't get confused or feel ripped off when people don't give you the correct change. Chances are that they are just adding the administration charge. But yeah, so those are not for consumption now, but this absolutely is. So I'm just going to get stuck in and oh no, sorry, no, you're waiting for the top 5 tips for traveling to Tunisia. So let's get stuck into that. Right guys, I've just set myself up here in my hotel room, and now I want to give you my top 5 tips for traveling to Tunisia, especially as a solo traveler. And just to put a disclaimer out there, when I talk about traveling in Tunisia, I really only refer to the northern part of the country, so Tunis and the surrounding areas, maybe a radius of about 60 to 70 kilometers around Tunis. So Bizerte, my understanding, is about 70 kilometers, and Hammamet around sort of 65 kilometers. So it's really a small area that I'm talking about. If you want to find out more information, say about the southern part, places like Tatooine, you might want to do your own additional research. My first top tip for traveling Tunisia is get out of Tunis. Get out of Tunis. I'm not criticizing Tunis when I say that. Quite the contrary. I had a great time in the city. I found it's a very nice walkable city. This is a beautiful old colonial shopping street. You can see there with the lights. Nice place to visit. It's not a very big city either. It's only got about 2.7 million people, which in the context of the world is not a big city. But it does have pockets of chaos, if I can call it that. There's very busy markets. You can just see how many people there are here. Absolute chaos here. There are some traffic that are horrendous in areas. And it can be very energy sapping. I also think that the beauty of a country is often outside of the capital city. It's about 15 kilometers away from the capital Tunis, but it's an absolute world apart. On the other hand, I would however say that Tunis can be a great place to base yourself for exploring Tunisia, which kind of leads me into my second top tip. My second top tip for traveling in Tunisia is take the louage. Take the louage. So what is the louage? It is a shared van or minibus that the locals use to travel between cities. The louages have got a bit of a reputation sometimes for being unsafe, and I found that to be completely unjustified. I had a great experience.
تقتلني النساء فيمينيسيد لكن اليوم اللي في النساء في القبر هذاك شعار من الشعارات اللي رفعناهم في المسيره الاخيره.
Your bank manager will love it as well because they are really cheap to get around. I traveled from Tunis to Hammamet for less than 6 dinars, and I also did the same when traveling to Bizerte from Tunis to Bizerte, paid less than 6 dinar. Both those journeys roughly took about an hour. If you calculate that per kilometer, it works out really cheap. So the lady sitting next to me has written down the price to Hammamet. They are really safe and reliable, and you will save a lot of money on transport if you're willing to travel like the locals do. It will be an absolute great experience for you. Fast approaching the northernmost point in Africa. Right, so my third and fourth top tips are closely related, and they to do with the people and the market traders here in Tunisia. My third top tip is be willing to be hassled. Be willing to be hassled by local people. So Tunisia is a country that is very much dependent on tourism, and as a tourist you will stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, but I tell you, you're very good man, but the money like this.
People will want to try and sell things to you. Just look, yeah. Thank you, monsieur. You like?
Yes, look.
In doing that, they can sometimes come across as being a little bit aggressive because they really want that sale and they really want to sort of show you their shop and interest you in buying this and that.
Look at this. Look at this. I give you the price in euro or dollars or dinar.
You could tell me the price, sir, but I'm not going to buy a car, but I'll give a small donation or buy something.
This is the best souvenir, sir. You know, we have a big chance. We've been here today's last day for. It's not expensive, sir. For example, this in euro only 220 euro.
Yes.
220 euro. This.
It's it's a good price.
You can pay with a credit card.
This is just part of the deal. They don't mean to be threatening or anything. They are just trying to sort of really make a bit of money, make a living. It's a cost of living crisis everywhere. Even if you're not willing to purchase certain items, I recommend at least have a look at their shop, go in, strike up a conversation, and maybe you will find something that interests you.
Thank you.
Come and visit their shop, yeah. Come and visit their shop.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you guys. All the best. This leads into my fourth point. My fourth tip for traveling to Tunisia is be strong in negotiations or walk away. Be strong in negotiations or walk away. What do I mean by that? They're going to start with a very high price for their merchandise. If you take a look at the sort of bracelet that I bought in Hammamet, actually there it is, this bracelet, the guy started off in the 80s.
Normal 85.
I eventually bought it for 7.
7, no problem.
So be willing to bargain hard. And don't be afraid to bargain because people expect you to bargain.
Yeah, I make normal price cost 90, give me 80 for it.
Monsieur?
Hand with necklace.
I know his handmade, monsieur.
But look, hello,
monsieur, what is your best price? They instinctively know you're not going to accept their high offer. And this is probably even more important. If you're not interested in something, if you're genuinely not interested, it's better to walk away. Don't use the phrase that tourists often use of, I'll come back later or I'll come back tomorrow. People will see through that. You'll just come across as being dishonest, or in some cases, you will come across as weak and people will feel that they still have an edge over you in terms of getting you to buy a product in the end. They'll sense that you're a bit nervous and that you're here for the taking. I'm sometimes still guilty of that as well, especially if I feel a little bit sorry for people. Oh, here he is, monsieur. I'll show you earlier.
This is my family shop.
It's your family shop, yeah.
My mother shop. You can make happy my mother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll come back to...
Promise me to come back.
Yes, sir, but...
You talk to the customer, promise me to come back.
My case is also very different because I'm taking videos in their shops, I'm taking videos of them. I actually get a different experience from the shop and from the interactions with the locals than others might get as well. And I kind of feel it's my duty to at least buy something small like a fridge magnet. Do you sell magnets? Fridge magnets? Yes. Or a coffee, if they sell coffee, sometimes I'll show you their rooftops with a view, and there's always a communal area where other locals come.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you, monsieur, and you. Good luck for the match.
Thank you.
Merci, monsieur. But also, if you're not a vlogger, just walk away and tell them, sorry, sir, sorry, ma'am, I'm not interested in buying anything. I'm just here to take pictures or videos and enjoy your city. But thank you very much. And I think that is the best way to end those conversations. Hello, monsieur. No, you see. Yes, yeah.
No, I have a new one.
No, monsieur.
That's not new.
I know it's not the new one, but I like the old one and stuff.
Just make some around.
Monsieur, you know, I'm honest tourist. I'm not going to buy anything. I'm just taking some video. And then my last tip, and the tips I've given so far, but in no particular order, but I do think this is perhaps the most important tip I can give you for traveling to Tunisia. Try and show an interest in the country of Tunisia. And try and find a hook with people in your conversation. So what do I mean by that? In my case, you can see I'm wearing a Tunisia football shirt. So I've tried to show a genuine interest in Tunisia, in the football. In my case, the football shirt was a perfect one because of the 1996 final that Tunisia played against South Africa. So I'm like Neil Tovey.
Yeah, very nice.
96 African combination.
Africa Sud, I've been to Africa Sud in 96 for football.
Bafana. Yeah.
Yes.
And it made sense for me to show an interest in football as well because of the Football World Cup. You think Tunisia might win? No, you think not? Yeah. Hey, it's a good team, France, but we support Tunisia. I've also obviously used the hook of me being from the south of Africa, so from Afrique du Sud, and I'm visiting Tunisia, the northernmost country in Africa, Afrique du Nord. Afrique, Zuid-Afrique?
Zuid-Africa.
And Afrique du Nord.
Nord, yes.
Welcome from Germany.
Afrique du Sud. Afrique du Sud, yeah. Thank you, monsieur. Thank you very much.
Mandela.
Yes, absolutely.
Mandela.
And Bafana, you remember?
I know, yeah.
Oh, you want to see secret?
Oh, Tunisia.
Tunisia shirt now, yes. Thank you, monsieur. I've used that as a way to build a bit of rapport and connection with people. You will have a different thing that you could bring forward to the table, or a different story or a different anecdote that you can maybe connect with people. What I'm trying to tell you is traveling is so much more rewarding when you interact with local people, when you show a genuine interest in others. Hello, monsieur. How are you? How are you doing? Good? Yes, thank you, man. You all right?
We do fishing.
Yes, now you do fishing and stuff. Afrique du Sud, monsieur.
Afrique du Sud.
Yes. I saw him earlier. Yes, he showed me the boathouse. Yeah.
What do you think about maybe...
Hammamet. That's beautiful city. Ask them, where are you from? Are you actually from Tunis? Tell me about your country. Where are nice places to go and see? What are nice foods to eat? Where are nice places to go and explore or do something completely different? But outside of Tunis, maybe Hammamet,
Sousse, Jerba
Island, yes.
And
Tatooine in the south.
The south.
People are willing to help, willing to show you their country, and they're very proud of their country here in Tunisia. So let's recap. So the 5 tips I gave you, the first one was to get out of Tunis. The second one is travel like a local by using the louage. The third and fourth ones were closely related, so be prepared to be hassled and be prepared to negotiate, bargain hard or walk away. And then the fifth and final one was to show an interest in their country, show an interest in Tunisia, which I think is perhaps the most important one. So yeah, guys, I think that is also where I'll end my vlog. And I do think it's time for me to eat my pie because it is getting a little bit cold now. But if you want to see more of these videos where I, especially closing off a series or ending a series, where I talk to you about my experiences in a country and my top tips going forward for exploring that country, let me know in the comments and we can absolutely make a plan in that regard. But for now, thanks for watching my videos, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Tunisia series and I'll see you again soon. Hello, monsieur. Hi, hello.
You do film?
YouTube.
You do film?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
You have channel YouTube.
Yeah, yes. I give you my card.
Oh, you have channel YouTube.
Yeah.
Of course.
Here you go, monsieur. Go check out the channel. I'll put on the.
I check this one.
Yeah, check this one. I'll put on
I
the.
can see my country here.
Yes, you will. Yeah, I'll make a nice video of Tunisia.